Hi everyone, this is Dr. Serge. You may have seen this headline lately in the news. A big study came out showing that aspirin now is no longer recommended for adults. So let's go over a few things about this. We've known this for years and years, that aspirin shouldn't be taken for most people. And let's look at what the authors found when it comes to this practice of taking aspirin every day. So we know from several studies that there's more than 50 side effects of aspirin. So people believe it's a safe medication, but it is not. I listed some of them. One of the most common symptoms of aspirin is gastric ulcers. Okay, hearing loss, tinnitus, ringing in the ears have been connected with aspirin intake. Some people will have bleeding in the brain. It weakens your immune system, meaning that you have an increased risk of dying from the flu. The Reye syndrome, Crohn's disease. Aspirin is actually known to disrupt the gut flora, which could lead to colitis or Crohn's disease. Taking aspirin every day increases your risk of having H. pylori, okay, which is a common infection in people having reflux and ulcers. Strangely enough, taking aspirin increases your risk of heart attacks and strokes. And lastly, I wanted to point out that aspirin on a daily basis can increase your risk of having autoimmune issues. One of the reasons of it is aspirin lead to leaky gut, and as you have a leaky gut issue, you have autoimmune problems like Hashimoto's, for example, or Crohn's disease, like we just talked about, or lupus, for example. Okay. So the promise of taking aspirin every day was to prevent heart disease. That's what we've been told. That's what doctors tell the population. But in reality, so you need 2,000 people to take aspirin every day to prevent one heart attack. So the efficiency of that is really low, as you can see. On the other side, out of these 2,000 people, 20 of them will have bleeding issues, like we talked about stroke, for example, or cerebral bleeding. So people taking aspirin on the long-term intake have an increased risk of a bunch of different issues. So at the end of the day, so there's no benefit to take aspirin. So why not do something more natural? So what we could do instead of taking aspirin, it has been shown that fish oil intake on a daily basis has the same benefit as aspirin, but with no risk. So I recommend a good quality fish oil. Turmeric has been shown to do the same thing. So at the end of the day, the goal is to improve your diet, which reduces the risk of having issues long term. Thank you for watching. This is Dr. Serge. God bless you all.